Hello, welcome to the Historian channel. Leave your like, subscribe, and activate the button to stay up to date with the news. So let's go. Have you ever wondered if everything we learn about mathematics truly reflects the essence of the universe? Could there be a divine mathematics, simpler and more accessible, that connects all things in a creative language that transcends our understanding? What if the true nature of numbers were a key to unlocking ancient mysteries, such as the secrets of creation and the signature of the Creator? What could happen if numbers were not random nor fabricated by the human mind, but in fact the fundamental particles that make up all existence? It wasn't just Tesla who recognized this truth. Thinkers like Pythagoras, Aristotle, and Plato also explored the power of 3, 6, and 9. This is the essence of this numerical triad. Imagine for a moment that the numbers we know are not mere tools of mathematics, but portals to a deeper understanding of the universe. As you dive into these questions, I invite you to like and share your thoughts in the comments. Your participation is not just a gesture, but a meaningful connection with others who, like you, seek to understand the hidden complexities of the universe. Let's explore these ideas together, ideas that have intrigued and inspired great minds for millennia. Marco Rodin's work is based precisely on this understanding. Imagine you start with the number 1. By adding 1 to itself, you get 2. Doubling the number results in 4. From there, as you continue doubling, 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16, where 1 added to 6 gives 7. This process of reducing numbers to a single digit is an ancient practice of the Pythagorean school of mysteries. These 9 essential frequencies form the creative foundation of the universe. Essentially, there are only 9 numbers in the cosmos, and that's enough. The number 10, for example, is merely a convention created by the human mind. Zeros, in this context, function only as placeholders in the decimal system and are not part of the divine language, the language of creation. We are talking about the Creator's signature imprinted on everything, which Marco Rodin referred to as the infinity pattern. This concept reflects the divine mark on all things. In fact, this idea is not new. It was once known as polymathy. The term derives from the Greek polymathia, which is composed of the words polys, meaning many or in great quantity, and manthano, meaning to learn or to know. Therefore, polymathy refers to extensive knowledge or learning in many fields. An individual who masters various fields, especially in the arts and sciences, is known as a Renaissance man or a master of polymathy. It's understandable that some of you may have an aversion to mathematics. Perhaps this difficulty stems from the fact that the mathematics we learn is a complex and often confusing human creation. However, divine mathematics is different, simple, clear, and accessible to everyone. Think of Da Vinci, often remembered as the greatest example of the Renaissance man, a true master of polymathy. The mind and mathematics essentially share the same nature. Imagine if all of history were connected to mathematics. Everything would originate from it. Mathematics is, in fact, the creative language par excellence. When the word is spoken and meets the water, it truly penetrates the firmament. Remember what is said in Genesis. In the beginning was the Creator, and then the Spirit of the Creator hovered over the face of the waters, separating the waters from the waters to form the firmament. In some translations, firmament is replaced by ether, which in modern physics closely resembles the concept of the quantum field. In this field, the word was spoken. And what is this word if not sound? And sound, in turn, is nothing but electromagnetic frequencies. In the end, all of this is simply mathematics. These frequencies are the foundations of creation. There is a covenant, an alliance that guarantees that the Creator will always be present for Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and their descendants, for all who understand the creative power of prayer. The lips, or lips arum, are powerful tools of creation. When you reflect the image of the Creator, what does this mean? The Creator manifests the universe through the spoken word, filled with love and genuine intention, resulting in creative blessings. And guess what? You possess this ability too. The lips, in prayer, act as a creative technology, and loving and sincere intention is the key that opens the doors to access this ability. It is essential to have a love for learning. Plato and Aristotle saw mathematics not just as numbers, but as a disciplinary doctrine essential to understanding the fundamental laws that govern the universe. These great philosophers, along with their followers, saw mathematics as an integral part of education, encompassing arithmetic, geometry, astronomy, music, and language. The language we use is a creative technology. Mathematics, however, paradoxically, is also one of the most limiting ever created. And soon, I'll explain why. As Da Vinci stated, and I quote, "There is no certainty where any of the mathematical sciences cannot be applied." Finding yourself, including your greatest qualities and creative potential, involves engaging in the mathematics of the mystery schools and understanding the matrix. But what is a matrix? According to the dictionary, a matrix is that within or from which something else originates. A matrix is a rectangular arrangement of numbers, algebraic symbols, or mathematical functions, playing fundamental roles in all aspects of life. The word matrix appears several times in the Bible, as in Exodus and Numbers, where Moses sacrificed to the Lord everything that opens the womb, an act symbolizing the liberation of the Hebrews. Have you ever wondered why Da Vinci wrote his text backward? The reason is related to a great change that occurred at the end of the 1400s when global leaders of the time decided to create a new world order. For this, a new language was needed, and thus, English was born. This change also resulted in the creation of the King James Bible, a work that involved figures like Sir Francis Bacon, whom many believe was William Shakespeare. Shakespeare's plays at the time were as influential as modern media, delivering powerful messages in English through theater. Da Vinci wrote backward because he understood that the world was being inverted, both literally and alphanumerically. Everything in creation is based on mathematics, and the lips are the instruments of this creativity. These revelations began to emerge in 1998 with the so-called healing codes for the biological apocalypse. If you are just beginning to explore this journey of discoveries that can liberate you, you might want to start with these codes, which serve as a starting point to understand what is really at stake. Knowledge that could culminate in a true understanding of what lies behind Da Vinci's famous code. In 1996, Dr. Powell had a series of intriguing visions. He began to notice numbers and letters on the windshield of his car and discovered that each letter has a numerical value, similar to the concept of gematria, where each letter corresponds to a specific number. He then organized the letters of the English alphabet from A to Z in a sequence from 1 to 26. From this discovery, he observed that in the Bible, the Creator never adds or subtracts, but always multiplies. This principle suggests that divine inspiration and spiritual evolution are in constant acceleration, growing exponentially through multiplication. When you multiply the number 8, the sequence of results begins to form an intriguing pattern. 1 times 8 is equal to 8. 2 times 8 is equal to 16. 1 plus 6 is equal to 7. 3 times 8 is equal to 24. 2 plus 4 is equal to 6, and so on. This pattern continues until a countdown from 8 to 1 is formed. Surprisingly, this also corresponds to the English alphabet in reverse order. Languages such as Hebrew, ancient Aramaic, Babylonian, and Sanskrit have always been considered sacred. Why? When pronouncing these languages, the energetic resonance they generate establishes an immediate divine connection, promoting deep and sincere communion and understanding. Have you ever stopped to think why the numbers 3, 6, and 9 are considered so special by some of the greatest thinkers in history? And what if I told you that these numbers could reveal a secret pattern that connects everything in the universe? Have you heard that music and mathematics share a common essence? Mathematics can share such a deep relationship that it can influence reality itself. Now consider the multiples of 3, 6, and 9, and you'll begin to understand why Tesla, along with Pythagoras, Aristotle, Plato, and other great thinkers, emphasize the importance of these numbers. They aren't just special, they are fundamental. When we analyze the multiples of 3, 6, and 9, we notice that they always connect to the number 9 in some way, revealing a unique and significant numerical pattern. This idea becomes even more evident when we explore the frequencies that make up the original musical scale, which form the essential creative frequencies of reality. 396, 417, 528, 639, 741, and 852 Hz. All these numbers, when viewed through the lens of Pythagorean mathematics, reduce to 3, 6, or 9, reinforcing the notion that these numbers are deeply intertwined within the structure of the universe. Marco Rodin was the first brilliant mathematician I encountered, and I feel honored to collaborate with some of today's leading physicists and mathematicians who have uncovered many wonders related to the 528 Hz frequency, known as the frequency of love. These numbers and their correspondences are not mere coincidences. They integrate perfectly into sacred geometry and cosmology, suggesting that the entire universe operates according to this numerical system. Rodin undoubtedly played a crucial role in understanding this universal interconnection. I attended a presentation of his in which he explained his concepts, starting with a simple organization of numbers. Gradually, he moved into more complex analyses, where he revealed what he called the matrix of the universe. As he drew everything on the board, I was amazed. From this seemingly simple foundation, Rodin developed a complex structure, the torus of the universe, which became known as the Rodin torus. In the audience was a figure you should probably know, the metaphysical physicist Nassim Haramein. He is known for expanding Einstein's field equations, incorporating concepts of torque, rotation, and velocity, leading to a significant breakthrough in understanding the structure of the universe. During the presentation, Haramein addressed Rodin, saying, "Marco, I greatly appreciate your work, but you haven't captured everything yet. You forgot about polarity. What goes up must come down. There is always a positive and a negative." He explained that instead of a single torus, the true structure of the universe is a double torus, highlighting the importance of duality in understanding the cosmos. Nassim Haramein presents innovative ideas that propose the fundamental structure of the universe is represented by the number 8. This 8 is in constant rotation, spiraling and returning to its starting point, just as the shape of the symbol suggests. From this understanding, the principle that what goes around comes around becomes clear, just as nature teaches us that we reap what we sow. This metaphor of the 8 reveals the wisdom behind acts like paying it forward and the truth that giving is receiving. It marks a transition from a scarcity mindset to one of abundance, reflecting the way the universe truly operates. Have you ever stopped to think about the invisible connections that bind us to the universe? What if I told you there is a deep relationship between the structure of your DNA and the cosmic forces that shape space-time? How do these energies directly impact your health and well-being? Could the secret to a deeper spiritual connection be hidden in the water molecules flowing through your body? Hartmut Müller, one of Russia's leading physicists in the study of space-time, supports this view. He analyzed the structure of the universe's standing gravitational wave and noticed a striking similarity between the shapes observed on cosmic scales and those found at the microscopic level, such as DNA. This concept suggests that physical reality does not manifest everywhere along this wave, but rather at specific points, similar to the center of an 8, where energies intersect and form nodes. Müller identified 6 of these nodes in the great standing wave of the universe, which he refers to as N6. This idea resonates with the biblical narrative that the Creator made the universe in 6 days. These 6 nodes, where reality manifests, can be seen as a physical representation of this creative process, linking modern science with ancient teachings about the creation and structure of the cosmos. This universal spiral movement is what shapes the structure of your DNA. When you observe your DNA, you can see the pattern of infinity identified by Marco Rodin, repeated in every genetic sequence. DNA, acting as an antenna for the Creator, has the primary function, with the help of water, to capture and transmit signals of energy, photons of light, and sound. The water present both inside and around the DNA is a special type known as structured water. In 1996, Hong Slay, writing in journal Science, made a crucial observation for the scientific community. He explained that by removing just 8% of this hexagonal 6-sided structured water, the DNA strands unravel and disintegrate. Understanding the dynamics of energy, it becomes clear that the electromagnetic potential of the DNA drops drastically. This interaction reveals the deep connection between you and the Creator, showing how the structure of DNA and the presence of structured water are essential for maintaining this energetic bond. If you truly want to achieve the level of communion that the most spiritual people on this planet have with the Creator, it is essential to understand the sacredness of water and its fundamental role in your life. Health, in all its forms, is intrinsically linked to this. No matter how many advanced machines or expensive products you acquire, if your body is dehydrated, you will not obtain any true blessings. If the pH of your body, which reflects hydrogen potential, is not balanced, your energy will be impaired. What gives power to hydrogen is the donation of electrons. All energy in the universe, all movement, from the blinking of your eyes to the movement of my lips while speaking, depends on the flow of electrons. The universe is an electrical piezoelectric current. Electrical and redox reactions, the balance between positive and negative, yin and yang, all rely on the dynamics of the electron, which carries a negative charge and moves through a transporter, water, H2O, via H and OH. When this electron reaches oxygen, element number 8 on the periodic table associated with the Creator, it completes the cycle. This is the central element for healing and revitalization. The same breath of life that, according to tradition, God breathed into Adam. The hemoglobin that transports oxygen in the blood is a sacred geometric structure that plays a vital role in sustaining life. In the end, everything comes down to water. To understand water deeply is, in essence, to understand how the Creator operates within you, which grants you true freedom. Have you ever stopped to think about how the music you listen to daily might affect this? Are you aware that your mental and physical health might be affected by the frequency at which your favorite music is tuned? A small change in global music tuning has been implemented for reasons far beyond mere sound aesthetics. One of the most fascinating revelations in uncovering the true code of 432 Hz is the existence of a musical note, a tonal frequency known as 440 Hz, which has become the global tuning standard. When you turn on the radio and listen to any style of music, you are hearing compositions tuned to this frequency. The origin of this standardization dates back to 1918, when the Rockefeller family, through their foundation, began funding the arts and paid the American Federation of Musicians to adopt 440 Hz as the new tuning standard. However, this change faced resistance, with renowned musicians protesting. How can they impose this? We have Baroque music and other wonderful works composed in different tunings. In the face of these difficulties, the task of consolidating this tuning was assigned to Joseph Goebbels, the Minister of Propaganda of the Third Reich. Under his direction, the propaganda ultimately established 440 Hz as the global standard, despite its questionable effects. If you understand bioenergy and biophysics, you know that this frequency creates a resonant blockage that negatively impacts our health and well-being. This helps explain why modern society has become so self-centered and materialistic, venerating false idols of medicine and science as if magical solutions could resolve all problems. This rampant egocentrism, which seems to disconnect people from their essence, has been largely exacerbated by the alteration in frequencies that naturally maintained our harmony. The concept is intriguing. We live in a world where a small elite controls almost everything, both economically and geopolitically. This agenda of manipulation and population control has been in place for millennia. They possess hidden knowledge, including ancient music and mathematics that facilitated the construction of the pyramids. Wisdom that the Western world today discordantly aligns with 440 Hz. When you tune an instrument to the standard frequency of 440 Hz, the note F-sharp aligns precisely at 741 Hz, not at 741.1 or 740.1, but exactly at 741. This suggests a deliberate and scientifically grounded intention behind this choice. In fact, this connection between 741 Hz and other frequencies is significant. The frequency of 440 Hz was explored by military research in the 1930s with the aim of maximizing psychosocial stress and inducing illness. It was then decided that 440 Hz would be adopted as the standard tuning in the Western world, a decision that, according to studies, could even provoke mass hysteria among the population. This sonic manipulation may explain the cultural shift observed from the era of Frank Sinatra, where women often fainted at his shows, to the era of Elvis Presley, marked by riots and more intense behaviors. Military acoustic warfare research discovered that using 440 Hz tuning could induce emotional crises in about 6% of the population, especially if these events were widely televised and promoted. This could trigger large-scale social movements, such as the British invasion that occurred in the following years. These concepts are detailed in the book 528 Hz, the center of your heart. The heart chakra vibrates at a frequency associated with the green-yellow tone, the same predominant color in the botanical world's grass. This color and the very structure of life, as we know it, are closely linked to the frequency of 528 Hz. This frequency is not just an arbitrary number. It is fundamental to the existence of various essential structures. For example, the mile, with its 5,280 feet, is related to this frequency. Without 528, there would be no circles, squares, sacred geometry, or even the pyramids. In other words, without 528, which symbolizes love, the universe itself would not exist. The frequency of 528 Hz, in its essence, connects the heart to the universe, passing through the heart of the rainbow, represented by the green and yellow colors. This frequency symbolizes the principle, as above, so below, reflected in our DNA and in chlorophyll, which manifests divine abundance and love throughout the botanical world. The frequency of 528 Hz is positioned almost at the center of the electromagnetic color spectrum, placing it at the center of the rainbow, where the color green predominates. Furthermore, the fact that the heart chakra, also associated with the color green, vibrates at this frequency provides definitive proof that the center of our heart is directly connected to the center of the universe. This revelation is simply magnificent. An additional and unique piece of evidence supporting this idea is that the number 528 is the only one in the entire numerical system where the electromagnetic colors coincide. With the sound system, this means that both color and sound are governed by this frequency. Unfortunately, the music we play today is tuned to 440 Hz, a tuning that replaced the original 417 Hz. The shift to 440 Hz was introduced by the Roman Catholic Church, which during this process suppressed and lost some of the most beautiful Gregorian chants, including the famous hymn to St. John the Baptist. This hymn, known for its profound spiritual elevation, was originally composed in 6 specific tones, but now the standard tuning of 440 Hz dominates. Interestingly, upon analyzing the tuning, we discover that 440 Hz represents a significant deviation from the creator's original frequencies. If we tune to 439 or 441 Hz, we are closer to the creator's original frequencies. This demonstrates the level of precision with which the manipulation was carried out, deactivating 95% of our brain, especially the right hemisphere, which is responsible for the connection between the heart and divine human consciousness. Imagine you are driving and tuning into a radio station playing your favorite music. As you move further from the transmission tower, the signal begins to weaken, and the music, which was once clear, is now filled with interference and noise. Although you want to continue listening, the static becomes so annoying that you eventually turn off the radio. If you persisted, you would end up feeling unwell. This metaphor illustrates what many of us experience without realizing. We live amid constant static, never having heard the true resonant frequency that connects us to the universe. This frequency has been kept hidden from us. In essence, the master composer of the universe is playing melodies of love at 528 Hz, elevating all forms of life. However, we are the only species that is out of tune, accepting interference instead of hearing this clear transmission. Let's consider the work of Hartmut Müller. After years of research, he developed the concept of the universe's stationary gravitational wave, a fundamental wave from which the entire harmonic matrix and the sacred mathematics of physical manifestation originate. He describes this unique wave as the foundation of physical reality, characterized by patterns that repeat on smaller scales, creating a structure he calls 6 nodes. These 6 nodes are points where physical reality crystallizes and manifests, forming peaks and valleys in a sequence of 6. Muller proposes that this basic structure mimics the double helix of DNA. Observing this, we begin to perceive something extraordinary. The double helix structure of DNA, which is fundamental to life, follows the same infinite pattern that repeats in nature and the cosmos. This connection suggests that the entire universe, just like our DNA and genetics, is spinning and unfolding according to a universal mathematics guided by numbers that encode the very essence of creation. And if I told you that DNA, this complex structure that carries the essence of life, is much more than just an instruction manual for creating proteins? What if you discovered there is a connection between mysterious numbers like 3, 6, and 9 and the way your DNA communicates with the universe? Could the water you drink play a crucial role in your spiritual energy? I will introduce you to the fundamental basis of numbers, focusing on 3 that are especially important: 3, 6, and 9. Nikola Tesla, the genius behind the Tesla coil invention, highlighted the importance of these numbers. Tesla coils are energy amplifiers, and your DNA functions similarly, as an energy amplifier operating primarily based on the principles of the numbers 3, 6, and 9. For those unfamiliar, imagine a motor or magnet wrapped in copper wire. When you wrap a copper coil around a magnet, the energy is amplified drastically. This is the role of DNA. It acts as an antenna for the creator. Scientifically, this is explained as the emission of photons and phonons for intracellular communication. Phonon is sound and photon is light. So DNA receives and transmits signals of sound and light, largely functioning in a matrix of structured water. This idea that DNA serves as a spiritual receptor and frequency elevator is grounded in mathematics, not in the limited view imposed by the Rockefeller eugenics industry. They taught us that the main function of DNA is simply to serve as a model for producing new proteins. According to this view, DNA is converted into RNA, which then generates amino acids. These amino acids join together in the ribosome, the cell's genetic factory, to build new proteins and cellular components. This is the conventional definition of genetics, a model for protein production. But did you know that this function represents less than 4% of what DNA actually does? Just as we use only 5% of our brains, this limited view hides the true capacity of DNA, restricting our understanding of its integral function in our being. It is believed that 93% of DNA's function is related to the reception and transmission of light and sound, as well as intracellular communication and cellular regulation through photons. To illustrate the science behind this, I can assert that your DNA functions as an antenna tuned to the Creator, operating similarly to a Tesla coil, thanks to the creative juice within you, specifically water. The DNA matrix is often composed of structured water molecules in a hexagonal 6-sided form, which is scientifically proven. This research was documented by Dr. Emoto, who studied DNA to assess how much potential energy is contained in genetic chains. Using a matrix of structured water, he removed the water to check if the DNA chain still maintained spiritual or energetic activity. It was observed that 4 chains of DNA assumes the structure of a Tesla coil when viewed from the side. This structure resembles the double helix, a pattern that symbolizes infinity. The results showed energy measurements like -212 and -217. However, when 88% of the structured water was removed from the matrix, the DNA structure began to disintegrate, and the energy signal dropped drastically to -1. This demonstrates the crucial importance of structured water in maintaining the integrity and energetic function of DNA. The reduction in energy is significant. In the previous segment, we discussed how the heart resonates at 528 Hz, known as the frequency of love, which perfectly aligns with the center of the universe. Ideally, your heartbeat is synchronized with this frequency by nature itself, establishing a deep communion with the natural environment. The heart has its own intelligence that facilitates intuition and functions associated with the right hemisphere of the brain. This connection extends to the sacred spiral of DNA, which operates through an aqueous matrix. This aqueous matrix is what truly elevates your energy, allowing you to radiate this frequency in tune with the Creator. This tuning creates a divine harmony where everything around you is elevated simultaneously. That's why I refer to it as the universal orchestra, with the divine maestro composing love songs that elevate all of creation. Your body, through this antenna present in every cell, has this energetic capability and a divine intelligence that resonates in harmony with the universe. The concept I want to share is that your whole being is a biological manifestation, a crystallization of divinity expressed in vibrant colors. Imagine for a moment this idea right before you. Think about how we can free ourselves from this confusion and the transformative power of music. Given this, we have a choice to make. We can continue living in dissonance or choose to vibrate to a new melody that matches the vision of Revelation 14 verse 1, where 144,000 people touched by this message choose to enter a new tone, the tone of love. To achieve this new vision of ourselves, it is necessary to overcome traumas and abuses, as well as feelings of self-hatred. The controlling media frequently compares us to unattainable standards, making us feel inadequate and inferior. This process distorts our self-image and blocks our ability to love ourselves. When this happens, the energy that should flow from our hearts weakens, and we become only a shadow of the spirited, loving, and dignified human beings we were meant to be. This is how manipulation and control are established. However, we have the power to choose. We can recognize that this manipulation is part of a larger natural plan, but it is important to remember that in our lives, growth rarely comes easily. The most valuable and enduring lessons are usually learned through pain and trauma in the hardships of real life. These are the experiences that lead us to make significant and transformative choices. This is what we are discussing here. The opportunity to choose a different path, to reclaim our true essence, and to live in harmony with love. The real question we need to face is, are we tired enough of living in a cycle of hate? Are we ready to free ourselves from manipulation, mental control, and ignorance that keep us divided? As we play music at the frequency of love, we create waves that spread like ripples when a stone is thrown into a pond. These waves of harmony propagate throughout the universe, which, according to science, is largely composed of water. About 10 years ago, NASA confirmed that water is present throughout space, corroborating what the scriptures have long claimed. Therefore, when we play or sing at 528 Hz, this energy spreads universally, touching people's hearts and activating the heart chakras. This process not only eliminates dissonance, but also regenerates harmony, which is the main focus of the book 528. The work presents an extraordinary victory of the science and mathematics of love, demonstrating that it is not just a matter of faith, but a proven reality. For those who, like me, have an analytical and skeptical mind, the book offers clear evidence that invites reflection. Is this real or a fallacy? When you discover that even the chlorophyll molecule resonates at the frequency of love, you understand why this is true. The beauty of the revelations in this book lies in the acceptance that evil and wrong choices are part of the nature of human development, and even evolution, possibly associated with the survival of the fittest. However, all this is secondary to the miraculous and sustaining power of love that resides in our hearts. It is in this connection that the true power of transformation is found. You have come this far, so allow me to express my deepest gratitude for your presence up to this moment. At the end of this journey, which has led us to question the very fabric of reality and explore the hidden truths behind numbers and divine mathematics, it is impossible not to feel the magnitude of what we have shared. I would like to share something special with you as a fan of the channel, the power of the mind. You are about to embark on a unique journey of self-discovery and mental transformation with the Art of Positive Thinking, a revolutionary ebook that will redefine your mental reality. As the creator of this content and leader of the channel, The Power of the Mind, I share with you my deepest experiences and valuable insights. Each chapter of this ebook reflects my journey, filled with practical lessons that I have lived and transformed into wisdom. Don't miss this opportunity to transform your life. Click the link in the pinned comment and start your journey towards self-discovery and positivity today. Imagine that every second you dedicated to this video is like a small seed planted in fertile soil. By nurturing this seed with your curiosity, patience, and reflection, you have not only absorbed ancient knowledge, but also allowed a new understanding to blossom within you. Just as a gardener tends to their plants, you have cultivated a field of ideas that, in time, will bear fruit not only for yourself, but for everyone around you. Perhaps throughout this exploration, you have felt a resonance, an almost indescribable connection to something greater, something that has always been there, but now shines more clearly. This is the beginning of a transformative journey where knowledge becomes more than just a series of concepts. It becomes a lived experience that shapes your worldview and your place in it. As you leave this video, carry with you the certainty that you are not alone. There are many like you, connected by the same quest for meaning and understanding. It is this community, driven by the desire to explore the mysteries of the universe, that creates an invisible yet powerful network of minds and hearts attuned to the truth. So, thank you. Thank you for allowing yourself to dive deep, for listening and reflecting. Thank you for being part of this story that we are writing together. And above all, thank you for continuing to seek, question, and expand your consciousness. Just as the numbers 3, 6, and 9 reveal hidden secrets of the universe, subscribing to the channel connects you to a continuous source of discoveries and reflections that can transform your perception of reality. Like this video as a sign that you are in tune with this journey of expansion and knowledge, and share your reflections in the comments. Each insight you provide is a vital piece in building this grand network of wisdom that we are weaving together. May the numbers 3, 6, and 9 guide your journey, revealing more of the universe's secrets, and may you find in every new discovery a reason to smile and move forward. And before you go, don't miss these 2 videos I've specially selected for you. They are filled with deep knowledge and fascinating discoveries that you will love. Click on one of them and continue your journey of self-discovery and quest for wisdom with the incredible content our channel has to offer. Embarque em uma jornada única de autoconhecimento e transformação mental com a arte do pensamento positivo, um e-book revolucionário que redefinirá sua realidade mental. Como criador deste conteúdo e líder do canal O Poder da Mente, compartilho com você minhas experiências mais profundas e aprendizados valiosos. Cada capítulo deste e-book reflete minha jornada, repleto de lições práticas que vivi e transformei em sabedoria. Não perca essa oportunidade de transformar sua vida. Clique no link no comentário fixado e comece sua jornada rumo ao autoconhecimento e à positividade hoje mesmo. Imagine que cada segundo que você dedicou a este vídeo é como uma pequena semente plantada em solo fértil. Ao nutrir essa semente com sua curiosidade, paciência e reflexão, você não apenas absorveu conhecimentos antigos, mas também permitiu que uma nova compreensão florescesse dentro de você. Assim como um jardineiro cuida de suas plantas, você cultivou um campo de ideias que, com o tempo, dará frutos não apenas para você, mas para todos ao seu redor. Talvez, ao longo dessa exploração, você tenha sentido uma ressonância, uma conexão quase indescritível com algo maior, algo que sempre esteve ali, mas que agora brilha com mais clareza. Este é o começo de uma jornada transformadora onde o conhecimento se torna mais do que uma série de conceitos. Torna-se uma vivência que molda sua visão de mundo e seu lugar nele. Ao deixar este vídeo, leve consigo a certeza de que você não está sozinho. Há muitos como você, conectados pela mesma busca por significado e compreensão. É essa comunidade, movida pelo desejo de explorar os mistérios do universo, que cria uma rede invisível, mas poderosa, de mentes e corações sintonizados com a verdade. Portanto, obrigado. Obrigado por ter se permitido mergulhar fundo, por ter ouvido e refletido. Obrigado por fazer parte desta história que estamos escrevendo juntos. E, acima de tudo, obrigado por continuar a buscar, questionar e expandir sua consciência. Assim como os números 3, 6 e 9 revelam segredos ocultos do universo. Ao se inscrever no canal, você se conecta a uma fonte contínua de descobertas e reflexões que podem transformar sua percepção da realidade. Curta este vídeo como um sinal de que você está em sintonia com essa jornada de expansão e conhecimento, e compartilhe suas reflexões nos comentários. Cada insight que você oferece é uma peça vital na construção dessa grande rede de sabedoria que estamos tecendo juntos. Que os números 3, 6 e 9 guiem sua jornada, revelando cada vez mais os segredos do universo. E que você encontre em cada nova descoberta uma nova razão para sorrir e seguir em frente. E antes de ir, não perca esses 2 vídeos que selecionei especialmente para você. Eles estão repletos de conhecimentos profundos e descobertas fascinantes que você vai adorar. Clique em um deles e continue sua jornada de autoconhecimento e busca pela sabedoria com os conteúdos incríveis que nosso canal tem a oferecer.